Oh, my nose ring. Okay, so it's August 11th, 14th. I don't know. 14th, 2017 at 7:25. Y'all, I just tried making this video and it was 19 minutes. Nobody's gonna fucking watch that. I wouldn't even want to watch it. So I am going to try and cut this shit down to not be 19 minutes. Here's the situation. I got scammed trying to get an apartment in New York City. This bitch got played, honey. So here's the tea. Got kicked out of my apartment last Monday. Or last Wednesday. Bullshit. Unexpected. Transphobia. Don't want to get into it. Watch my other video. I got evicted from my apartment and all the drama is there. So, as soon as I got the letter that I was kicked out of my apartment, I started looking for new apartments, like literally within 15 minutes of finding this out. And I went on Craigslist and I was like looking around for places and, you know, basically here's the thing. The only items that I own in New York, like furniture wise, are a fan, a light stand, a full size 88 key electric piano, and a 41-inch TV. That's it. I'm getting a deal on this apartment where I live. My bedroom is fucking gigantic. Like, it's huge. And I am paying less than $1,000 to live here. And I'm in a good neighborhood. There's delis all over the place. I got really lucky. I've been here for 3 years. I've been very lucky. So I got kicked out and I was like, well, fuck. I'm not going to find a deal like this ever again. So I did, research, and I'm finding that any apartment that's like basically every other apartment is like $1,000 a month. And those apartments that are $1,000 a month would barely fit what I have, if at all. Like, there are some apartments that are $1,000 or even a little more that the bed is literally like wall to wall. That's it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, New York real estate is a fucking joke. It's embarrassing. So there's even places that you can live to share with people that are like $1,500 a month. I'm sure there's apartments that you can share with people too that are like $2,000. And I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck? No. Not interested. Because the 3 years that I have lived here, this is like a big apartment. This is a big house where like the landlord is constantly renting out to people, a lot of like foreign people and shit. And anyway, so I have like 3 roommates that I share a kitchen and a bathroom with. Now, I have pretty bad social anxiety and I also have OCD. So these are 2 mental conditions that like affect my ability to live with people in a comfortable, healthy manner. Mainly the social anxiety is the biggest thing, is that a lot of the time I like to just be alone, and it stresses me out to like walk home and be afraid that like someone is in the kitchen when I just want to like run in and make a salad and go back to my room and not talk to anybody for like the rest of the day. So it's always been kind of like a nerve-wracking experience. Not all the time that I've been here in the 3 years have I had 3 other roommates. Like sometimes I only had 2 that I like never talked to, so that wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I share this like tiny-ass kitchen and a small-ass bathroom with like 3 other people, and it's just like, it's gross, and like people never buy toilet paper, and it's fucking stupid. Like, I hate it. I don't like it. I have 1 cool roommate, but that's it. Like, everyone else, gross. So I'm doing all this research, and all of these rooms to share with like other people are like that, like over $1,000. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. This really doesn't make sense. So I found this ad on Craigslist for an apartment on West 93rd Street, which, if anyone knows anything about New York, that's the Upper West Side. That is a fancy as fuck neighborhood. Like, I'm talking $1 million apartments. That's where like probably Carrie Bradshaw was living. Like, that's like a really very posh area. So this like ad, there really wasn't much information about it. It just said like West 93rd Street apartment, like, what was it, like $1,200 a month or something. So I just like applied and didn't think much of it. Then like the following day on Friday, I met with a realtor to look at like 4 different apartments, and I found one that I really loved. It's beautiful. It's like a 2-bedroom apartment with like a living room. So it's like 3 rooms, and I would be living there by myself. It's amazing. And I like fell in love with it. So I put down a $500 deposit for my realtor to like take it off the market within his firm. Because the thing about this building, or maybe even all real estate in New York, I don't know, but I know this specific situation is, the 100 realtors that are in his firm have that apartment taken off their listing, but any other person in New York can take that apartment. Like, for example, he was showing me an apartment, and literally I was in the bathroom and the main door to the house started opening, and I got trapped in the bathroom because a realtor was showing 3 other people the exact same apartment that we were living in. So I was like, okay. So like basically New York real estate goes really fast. So then at 1:47 in the morning on Friday, I get an email from the Craigslist person who's like, yes, the apartment is very much available. And then they sent me pictures of the apartment. Gorgeous, like beautiful bedroom, big couch, gorgeous kitchen, like totally furnished. AC in the living room, AC in the bedroom. And it says like all utilities are included. There's a 24-hour doorman and like all this shit. And I'm just like, damn, this is a deal. So I emailed my dad and I was like, if this is real, and like that's a red flag right there, is if this is real. I said, if this is real, I'm in. So I emailed the guy right away. So now this is like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like, yes, I'm very interested. Because he said in the email that there was an open house the next morning, on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And I was like, you know, let me know when you're up in the morning and like we can talk. Because basically I was like, this is a deal. Like, fuck the open house, man. This is like my apartment now. Like, I'm snagging it before anyone else gets it. So he texts me at 6 in the morning. And in the whole picture, we talked from 6 in the morning until 1 p.m. going back and forth and like negotiating and setting up the details. I'm just going to say the highlights now because I didn't before, and that's how my video ended up being 19 minutes. Here we go. His name is Andrew. We talked on the phone like maybe 3 times, but the connection was horrible and like the call kept getting dropped. The only time that we really had like a kind of conversation that maybe lasted a minute, he asked me, do you smoke? Do you drink? And are you going to live alone in the apartment with anyone else? And I was like, no to everything. Now, I'm going to find this specific email because this is just like literally sociopathic that it even got to this point. Here we go. So he sent me the pictures, told me where the trains are. So come along with the following or forward it to my email. Valid proof of ID, pay stub slip, 3 months utilities payment receipt, 1 guarantor with good credit score. And then the pictures. So I didn't do this in the other video, so this is nice, right? Huge kitchen. So like nice place. And I said, hey, I texted you, look forward to hearing from you, because he wanted my thing. So how did this happen? Basically what ended up happening was I ended up things progressed, and I ended up sending him my dad's credit score, and my license. He said, Rylan rounded up the open house a few days ago, having a bad time trying to find a suitable person. Most of the people who came are smokers and drunk. About 4 people are willing to stay in a 1-bedroom apartment, which I don't want to do. I can proceed with you once you have the down payment ready and certain to book it down on your name upon your arrival move-in. However, I will be in Miami with my family, so I don't know how this will work out. Just a quick question. How will you make the payment and when? How many people will be living in our apartment? How soon do you want me to book down the apartment on your name, as I can't hold it down for so long? Can you promise to take good care of our home? Move-in date, move-out date. Get back to me ASAP so I can arrange for further procedure immediately, as I've got limited time. And I gave one other young lady who was ready to go. She was at the open house but has yet to make a payment. Then I was like, I can make the deposit today. I'll be the only one living in the apartment, blah, blah, blah. So then I was like calling my dad, and I was like, Dad, like, this is great. It's happening. And he said, hi, Ryan, here's the bank account to make the cash deposit for $1,550. That is the first month rent plus security deposit. Once you've made the payment, let me know so I can close down the other lady completely and proceed with you. Then he gives me an account number, the route number, the bank number, and the person. I will have the signed lease sent to you tomorrow morning. I will have to find a library to scan it to you. Please reconfirm the following details to me. Nationality? Why the fuck did they need that? That's weird. Please get back to me soonest to arrange for further procedure. Thank you. So that happened, and we ended up talking for like however long, and basically he was very insistent on getting the payment, and I was like starting to get kind of sketched out because basically he wouldn't let me see the apartment. I was like, let me come by and look at it before I pay $1,550, and he's like, well, I'm going out of town. If you, like, just pay me and I'll have my assistant take care of it. She can show you tomorrow or on Monday. Because the thing is I wanted to move in on Monday. And I was like, I'm not fucking giving you this money without seeing it. Now, mind you, this apartment that I've been in for 3 years, I booked it without seeing it, but I went through a broker. Like, I didn't see it in New York. I was living in Wisconsin, and I, like, booked it and was like, this looks great, I'm moving in. So I said to my dad, I was like, I mean, we've done this before, you know? Anyway, so the guy kept being pushy and was like, when are you going to make the payment? I was like, my dad isn't home, just like chill, you know? Then I like was trying to do some background information on this guy, couldn't find any information on his name, looked up the phone number, nothing, like nothing was showing up. Then I tried looking up information on the building, which did exist. It was an apartment building, but there was like no phone number for it. So I was like, there's like no inside for me to like find out if this is even real or not. So finally I called my dad. Like, mind you, I skipped my therapy appointment to go to like figure out the details for this. And so I like finally called my dad probably around 12:30, and I was like, this just doesn't seem right. Like, something is off. So we both agreed, like, you know, go check it out. So I got on the train and I got there, and like I find the building, and sure enough there is like a guy at the front desk, and I was just like, hey man, like I know this is kind of a weird situation, but like I found an ad on Craigslist. I think it seems kind of sketchy. I don't know if this is real. And he interrupted me and he's like, Patrick. And I was like, no, his name is Andrew D'Amato Kelly. And he's like, no, he doesn't live here. He's like, he's done this before under a different name with different apartments. And I was like, of course. Because while I was on the subway, I asked the guy, the scammer, what the apartment number was. And while I was on the subway, I looked up the apartment number online, and it brought me to Zillow. And it showed me the outline of the apartment, like the floor plan, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. It was fucking huge. Like, did not match the pictures at all. Like, no way was this the same apartment. So basically he's like, yes, he's lying. And I was like, great. Thank you, Andrew, for ruining my day. So, on the whole, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't believe in yelling at people. I don't believe in cursing people out. Like, why? Why try to make other people feel bad about themselves and start shit? But I was really upset. I was like, this is very frustrating. Like, I sent you personal information and, like, you're a liar. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. I'm just going to say something. So I said, you can give the apartment to the other girl. He knew I knew what was up because his simple response was, okay, with a period. Then immediately said, so thanks anyway for your bullshit fucking lies, Andrew. Or was it Patrick? Karma's a bitch with a smiley face. Then he didn't say anything for a half hour, and I was more angry. I ate some pizza, and I was still angry. And I was like, he hasn't said anything. I'm going to keep poking the bear. So I said, nothing to say, Patty boy? Oh, shit. I mean, Andrew. So then when I was walking home, I passed the building, and I sent this picture. And that right there is the building that he said the apartment was in. And he never said anything. So that is my story. Could have gotten fucked. Didn't send him any money. But what a waste of a day. What a bullshit thing. Like, be careful, people that are trying to live in New York. Like, the fact that I was able to just take a train and actually check this out. Like, I can't imagine if I was in Wisconsin or, you know, and not being able to check this out, or being from Wisconsin and not having lived in New York and not knowing that, like, that is a completely outrageous price for such an expensive neighborhood. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that was that situation. Long story short, I am in the process of putting down an offer on an apartment that I found. More details on that to come. This video is already too goddamn long, so I'm going to stop talking. And thank you for watching.